Hello, the people. And with WrestleMania around the corner, we have a big debate. Who retains slash wins the undisputed God WWE Universal Heavyweight whatever championship? Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes? Now I'm gonna make some points for and against both decisions. Let's start with if Roman Reigns retains his championship. If Roman Reigns was to retain, he'd go on, probably have a great storyline with Cody Rhodes, leading into SummerSlam, where Cody finally gets that crowning moment in the main event of SummerSlam and becomes your undisputed Universal God Heavyweight WWE Champion. Roman Reigns goes on a long hiatus. He then returns. You get Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, which will be a sensational feud. It'll culminate the entire Bloodline story and end it at WrestleMania. You have Rikishi, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and The Rock involved. So I think that could be a strong storyline and a good one. But if Roman Reigns does retain, his title reign could go stale. Fans could get bored because you don't get Roman Cody and then immediately another Roman Cody, a rematch. I don't think that's what's happening. I think Cody will rebuild himself. Roman will probably face, I don't know, Gunther maybe Bobby Lashley, or something like that. AJ Styles maybe, just as like a mid feud, and then eventually lead to again Roman Cody at SummerSlam once again the rematch, and that's where Cody wins. So it could make his title reign stale, and the fans could get bored for they expected Cody Rhodes to win the championships, and Roman Reigns has had a great title reign. I mean, I really wouldn't want it being stale to ruin it, but there's a slight possibility that does happen. Roman Reigns retaining would also allow him to cross 1,000 days, a great landmark, and be one of the longest reigning champions ever. The title reign would go down in history, even if it had a stale ending. It really would go down in history. I mean, look what he's done in his title reign. Imagine he does defeat Cody Rhodes. He's defeated Jey Uso in a great storyline. Then Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Cena, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, I guess, kind of. I mean, he did lose via disqualification. You really need that match again. But Seth Rollins, I'm just counting it because why not? Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar, and then Cody Rhodes. Just imagine that title reign. Just imagine that title reign. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I mean, Drew McIntyre, another great one. So that's just one of the best title reigns ever. And I mean, it would just solidify him as one of the greatest of all times. If he was to keep that championship, he'd be one of the best ever and would probably be in the GOAT debate. He already is, but would have a strong argument if he was to retain that championship. He could have another 1-2 good feuds, I guess, with AJ and Seth Rollins, maybe Bobby Lashley. You never know, it depends on who Triple H wants Roman to face if Roman was to retain. Some fans do want Roman Reigns to retain. They feel Cody Rhodes isn't ready to be a main event, or maybe the storyline wasn't good enough. The storyline could be sensational with Roman and Cody Rhodes. You could have this great bloodline storyline with Roman and Cody, and then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, who are supporting Cody Rhodes as they want to end the bloodline, and they finally finish it at SummerSlam. Then you get Roman versus Jey Uso, and that's where the bloodline completely is finished. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens are successful. They finish and they defeat the final boss of the WWE, Roman Reigns. Now, a negative could be that the loss could hurt Cody Rhodes. It could really stop his momentum. It could kill it. Cody Rhodes won't be looked at the fans as the one anymore. Maybe they look at Gunther then. Maybe the argument shift towards Gunther and then Cody just becomes a main eventer like dashing Cody Rhodes. Maybe he loses his relevancy. If he is to lose the match at WrestleMania, the fans will look at Gunther as the one and not Cody Rhodes, and they could go all out for Gunther, LA Knight, Austin Theory, and Cody Rhodes' time could come to an end. He just could be a mid-card after all, and a guy who can just put on classics, not the main eventer that he could have been if he did win the championships. He could be looked at as that guy, and if he is to win at SummerSlam, would it still have the same impact? Although the storyline would be great, he has lost to Roman Reigns. He wasn't the one to end it properly. He did end it, but he lost. And that could really hurt Cody Rhodes' momentum. Cody Rhodes is one of the hottest superstars in the WWE. Most of the fans are behind Cody Rhodes and love Cody Rhodes. So I mean, a loss could really hurt Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns, of course, is great, but it would really hurt Cody Rhodes if he did lose. Now let's move on to the scenario if Cody Rhodes was to win the championships. Although the storyline wasn't great, a point that emphasis should be put on, it hasn't been as good as the Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns storyline. I mean, really, how many people wanted Roman to defeat Sami? I think very few. The fans were behind Sami. I wanted Sami to defeat Roman. Of course he didn't. I mean, it was expected. But I mean, we still had that hope when he hit the Halua kick. Similar could be said for Cody, although the storyline hasn't been great. The fans do love Cody Rhodes and they're gonna cheer for him if he does win that championship, or both the championship, let's say. Now, if Cody Rhodes was to win, you can have the great thing, the great move of splitting both championships. You put the Universal Championship and you can put it as a title that the King of the Ring winner gets. I mean, that could be something. Or maybe an opportunity at that title. Maybe you already have a guy who's solidified in the main event, like Seth Rollins against Finn Balor. Seth Rollins just already got that spot because the general managers loved him, but then Finn Balor, to earn his way, he did win the championship. So Gunther, that's the way you can give Gunther the championship after he does lose to Sheamus at WrestleMania, or Drew McIntyre. We don't know who's getting that championship. I feel Sheamus does deserve it. I think Sheamus has been great, but Gunther could really get that push. Maybe Gunther wins Money in the Bank. Maybe LA Knight wins Money in the Bank. Maybe LA Knight does get the Universal Championship. You have endless possibilities. Austin Theory. Maybe Finn Balor. You never know. You have endless possibilities if you split that championship. It also helps Monday Night Raw. They get their solidified champion, the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. And then it also helps Friday Night SmackDown if they get Gunther, or maybe a Finn Balor, Austin Theory, LA Knight, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes. There are endless possibilities with all these talents winning the championship. So SmackDown then does get a champion and you have two titles again, which is something that WWE really needs. Another positive if Cody Rhodes does win is he can have some great feuds. Just imagine Cody Rhodes is champion and the next night on Raw, an RKO out of nowhere, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes till SummerSlam. After SummerSlam, returning John Cena goes against Cody Rhodes, maybe for Crown Jewel. It could be a great match. Then you have AJ versus Cody, Bobby versus Cody, Brock versus Cody at WrestleMania, which will be a sensational match. That is if Brock is willing to wrestle for like a long amount of time. And then you could also have Cody Rhodes versus Edge, Cody Rhodes maybe versus LA Knight, and some of the new guys. So you never know, you could have some great matches. Maybe if Chad Gable gets a push, maybe Cody faces Chad Gable down the line. So Cody could have just some great matches, a solid title reign. I mean, could he be a good main eventer? We don't know. And it's something that he must prove if he does win that championship, or those championships, let me say. And it's something he must prove to the fans. I mean, the fans do believe Cody Rhodes could be a good champion. And if he does win that championship, it'll also give us that great moment at WrestleMania. Another positive is, it doesn't kill Cody Rhodes' momentum. He is one of the top stars, probably the second or third best star. Sami Zayn number 1 for me, Roman Reigns number 2, and Cody Rhodes number 3. I know it's controversial, I'm saying Sami Zayn number 1, but I do feel that Sami Zayn does have that impact. I mean, just put him on the main event every night. Sami Zayn, he's just amazing. Cody Rhodes though, he is one of the top stars in the company, and the fans would love to see him win. It would help boost his momentum. I mean, surely you do Cody versus Randy, or Cody versus Seth after he won that championship, and that'll be a great feud. Cody has the potential to tell some great stories, and I don't want to be, oh, I'm doing it for my father, so I want to beat you. I want Cody to develop his own character. For now, the story is fine, but I want him to develop his own character and be that top guy, that top baby face. Him, Drew McIntyre, probably, I guess, Braun Breaker are the top 3 baby faces in the WWE. Seth Rollins pushing it, I guess. I mean, he thrives as a heel though, in my opinion. Edge is another great one. So there are some good faces in the company. Brock Lesnar, I guess you could say, although he does do better as a heel. But Cody is that guy, one of those guys that is the one to beat Roman Reigns. If Cody does beat Roman, then it is a positive for, I mean, who else do you have? You have to wait for a long time until you get Braun Breaker or Gunther to beat Roman Reigns. It has to be at a WrestleMania, or maybe at a SummerSlam. And if Cody was to take the loss, it could really kill his momentum. The fans maybe lose interest in Cody Rhodes, and that's the main problem. So that's why you have Cody Rhodes win the championship, have that great crowning moment. Cody Rhodes become your next WWE undisputed God, WWE, whatever, undisputed heavyweight champion, and I hope he splits the championships. A Cody Rhodes title reign could have some great positives. If it is bad, it is bad. I mean, what could you do? You really then move the titles to Gunther, the next guy. You have many alternatives. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso is going to be a great feud as well. That could happen at SummerSlam earlier than we expected. Or maybe Roman Reigns just goes on a long hiatus and just comes back at like Survivor or the Rumble and does then face Jey Uso. That's probably the plan. And therefore, I'm going to say Cody Rhodes should defeat Roman Reigns. I think Cody Rhodes should become your next undisputed WWE, etc., championship. Champion, not championship. How can he become the championship? He should become the next champion. And overall, I feel he does deserve that crowning moment at WrestleMania. The pop will be insane. As Cody Rhodes hits the crossroad, maybe from the top rope, and does become your new champion.